Hello everybody and welcome back to another video where today we are playing in the Season 6 realm. Things been going pretty good so far. Haven't gotten too many materials. Well, building materials, but I mean like iron and diamonds and stuff because I just haven't really ran into them since like my first day on the realm. Even though I've been like kind of strip mining. But more about that in a minute. I haven't really found too many materials, just really coal and a bit of iron, so it's going alright. But in this realm, I am focusing a lot more on building than stacking up my, I want to say my resource count, as in resources of iron and things that you could use to, like, basically count your wealth by. So I think this should be far enough. So you all are probably wondering what the heck I'm doing right now, and why am I like building in a cave? So I'm not really trying to like. This isn't gonna be like my permanent home. Well, I guess it is in a way, but it's not just gonna be living in a cave. You know what I mean? Like I make the house the big underground into my house. That's not really my plan. What I want to do, wow, I was just up here, I didn't make a pick. Let's get this. What I want to do is I want to build a kind of an underground city. Now, that might sound strange, and when I say city, I'm thinking more like a. I want to say there's gonna be big buildings, but most of it, like I want to plan. Okay, I plan to bring some trees down here and make it look almost like this is the above ground, but underground. So it's kind of like you're bringing the surface to the depths of the earth, sort of thing. So that's kind of a plan. Obviously, the sky is gonna have to look very large. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm building steps down, so we have a big like open thing. Obviously, there's stone here, but that won't be there for long. We're gonna build it so like it how do I want to say it? It looks like there's a sky above you is how it's gonna be. Obviously it's gonna be a big cave and it looks like you're gonna be in a kind of a dome kind of, but when it's finished it's gonna have trees and stuff and the ceiling's gonna be high enough that you won't notice the difference between if you were outside and in here. Besides, like, it would always look like it's night almost from above. But other than that, I mean, honestly, we could build some skylights if we really wanted to. If we really wanted to, we could dig a big hole to the surface and let some sunlight in. But how am I gonna dig this without falling? Okay, so here's my like link to the surface here. Just one big ladder all the way down, and then all the way down, all the way up, and all the way down to bedrock. So we have a decent link to the upstairs right now. It's just we got to get this all set up so we can start building. And these stairs go down really far, actually. This is gonna be a big task, especially for one person. So that's why I'm going to ask if anyone here from the realm is watching, please consider joining my country because I need helpers, I need workers to help build this country. I can't do it all on my own. So hopefully we can get a nice little city going under here and get it working. Oh, that was perfect. Oh wait, what? I thought the torch like destroyed the gravel for a second. I thought that was perfect. I was like, wow, that worked out perfectly. Oh, I didn't get it. There we go. See, like that, like that. I thought like because it fell over the torch that it would do the same thing, but I guess it has to be. It can't keep falling. I guess I never knew that was like a physics constraint of the gravel torch technique, but I guess it is. So here, like this. So it's going to be big and open above. So I think this is about as far as we're going to go down for now, because most buildings shouldn't be taller than that at this point. And I mean, we can always like go levels deeper as we get into the city, just have stairs that go down and then come back up at different points. So This is gonna... I might actually... Oh, gold! Well, there we go. There we go. Strip mining actually gave me some resources for once. First time in a long time. Alright, here we go. I'm just gonna have to patch up this hole eventually. There we go. I don't actually know if I have any gold, to be fair. I am gonna have to check on that. I got diamonds before gold. I don't think I ignored the gold, I just think other people grabbed it before me, because at that point I was in a pretty populated area. Oh, no. I do have gold. There we go. 14. 14 gold. Let's just smelt that. Did I throw that out? Okay. Oh, that's nice. So if I like, pick it up, it doesn't just throw it out anymore. That was so frustrating. Like if you would pick something up and you just want to quickly leave your inventory instead of like clicking it back into the space, it would like throw it out. So like this, like I'd have it there. It would just throw it on the ground. It'd be like, oh, thanks. You just gave my heavily enchanted diamond sword to Jim Schmo over here. And I didn't really, you know what I mean? Like I like these little changes that are coming about in the newer updates that just make the game seem to be a lot better than it used to be. Now, okay, so that's a thing I've been thinking about lately. So you have these games that come out released like a full-fledged game. So let's say Star Wars Battlefront 2, for example. It came out and it was released as a completed game. Whereas Fortnite came out, oh, we're just a beta. You know what I mean? Like, we're not completely finished with development yet. So whenever that game would have errors, people would be like, oh, that's fine, the game is a beta, you know what I mean? But this game, obviously it was a beta at 1.2, but this game had issues too. But I suppose the physics of it worked fine. Like everything, not physics, but like the general gameplay. I suppose when they updated it, they were just making changes to sprinting and things, and adding sprinting and all. Think about that. Minecraft originally did not have sprinting back in the 1.2 days. I couldn't even imagine that. That'd be just too slow. But yeah, so what I'm trying to say is these games come out and they're released and they get harped on. They get destroyed because, oh, you're a full game, we wanted more from you, blah blah blah. This game was supposed to be amazing. And then, for example, Battlefront 2 just came out with a new update, which eliminated all of the basically pay-to-win aspects of the game and improved what it used to be. Yet people aren't still playing it as much. People haven't returned to it. It's almost as if they're boycotting it. But when Fortnite or another game adds something that's bad or does something that the people don't like, of course they'll get upset about it, but they're like, oh, they're just trying something new because it's a beta, or something like that. And then with Minecraft, obviously there was a lot of backlash with the whole, I think it was the 1.9, they changed the fighting aspect about how you had to like swipe, and this version doesn't have it, but that 1.9 update, you had to time your strikes differently. And I believe this is before Microsoft had taken over when that update occurred. But people did not like it, but instead people still continued playing the game, and they found ways around it. Granted, Minecraft is a much more adaptable game than, let's say, Battlefront 2, but it just seems people give more leeway to some games than they do to others, which is, it's really too bad, because the game developers, okay, I'm not going to say they weren't trying to get money out of the whole Battlefront deal, but I don't think they expected the horrible backlash that they received from it. Like, I do think in an aspect that they are trying to make a decent game, especially now, especially when they took a long time for updates to come out. But what they did is they were working to fix the damage that they had done at the beginning of the game, the things that people did not like. And what I respect about the developers of Battlefront is they actually went in and they fixed what people didn't like about the game. They went in and said, okay, people are not liking this crate system. They are not enjoying how this is working. And they actually changed it. Like, they were trying to keep it into the game. I know they worked hard to try and keep that as an aspect of the game, but when they realized they just couldn't, they removed it. And they said, okay, let's just make crates give credits and maybe some emotes or something. They didn't keep pushing the issue, which I thought was honestly fantastic. And I was just glad to see that change, and I was kind of surprised, to be fair, but it was good. See, these people give these game developers a hard time, but it seems as if you push hard enough and you ask them hard enough, they will develop in such a way that pleases the buyer, because they have to. If they're not pleasing their consumer, then there's no product to be sold, because if the product is not reaching the people's interest, then there needs to be no product at all. So it's just cool to see that change. So I hope people, when a game gets a bad update, they don't just throw it out of the game library, oh, this is awful, and just sell the game, because I've seen that before. I really hope people, when they really enjoy a game or enjoy the aspect of it, that they give it a chance and keep playing it despite its worst aspects. Because if you truly enjoyed that gameplay and truly enjoyed like what that game was about, you would support it, even in its like not as good stages. Another example of that, really quickly, would just be like the Solo movie. The Solo Star Wars movie. People did not like the Last Jedi, so they're all like, we're gonna boycott Solo. We're gonna make it. We're gonna take our dislike of it out on Disney and show Disney we're the fans and we have a say in it. Now, sure, like, obviously I just said push and show them what you want, but you can't destroy your own franchise, because what they're doing is there was going to be a trilogy of those Solo movies, and now, because of how poorly it performed, they'll probably never see that. And personally, I really enjoyed that movie. In many ways, I liked it better than The Last Jedi, but I still, personally for me, I still think The Last Jedi tops it by a little bit. But it's just, they don't realize that if they don't support Star Wars, that they'll stop making the movies. And it's the same way with video games. If people don't continue playing it, like a big MMO that's been out for like 12 years, let's say, or something, if people don't continue playing it, it's going to shut down. So, or showing their support of it. Like, you don't obviously have to be on every day, but like, show the interest of it. So I just want people to think about like how their actions affect the long term of what they'll be receiving. So like the backlash against Battlefront, if they continue that, like, I don't know if EA is going to release a Battlefront 3. Hopefully they will, because this one sold pretty well still. But I don't know if the third one will. If the third one receives as bad of aspects, or bad as bad backlash like the second and the first one received, as a game developer and as a company, I would stop making that game, because I'm losing money on it. So yeah, you have to take everything with a grain of salt, I suppose. And if you do that, I just think everyone will be better off in the end. So that's kind of my viewpoint on that. So I realized this commentary wasn't really too much about Minecraft. As right now, I'm building a chest room is kind of what I'm doing as we expand. But since most of what we're doing here is just constructing, I figured I'd talk about a topic that came to mind at the beginning of the video. So as we reach our 15-minute mark here, I'd like to thank you all for watching. It's been a pretty productive video, I'd say. I mean, we dug pretty far deep down there and constructing a little chest room over here. And yeah, we've gotten some good work done. So thank you guys all for watching. Tell me what you think of my ideas about games and the consumer of the game versus the developer of the game in the comments below. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to catch you in the next one.